Let's learn and speak. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Let's learn and speak French with English. Today in this video, we are going to learn how to conjugate the French verb abaisser. How to conjugate the French verb abaisser in the present tense. Comment conjuguer le verbe français abaisser au présent de l'indicatif? On va avoir conjugaison du verbe français abaisser au présent. We are going to see how to conjugate the French verb abaisser in the present tense. Today we are not just going to conjugate it, but more importantly, we are going to understand the grammar rule behind the conjugation. When we understand the logic behind the conjugation, we can conjugate many verbs very easily. So let's get started. Alors, allons-y pour commencer. The verb abaisser is a first group verb. That means, in the classification of the French verbs, the verb which has an ending er is called the first group verb. So, the verbs which have an ending er, they are called first group verbs. It's quite easy to conjugate the first group verbs in the present tense. Now let us see the rule behind the conjugation of the French verb in the present tense. Let us see. So, the verbs ending in or, they are called premier group verbs or first group verbs. So, or verbs are called first group verbs. So, this is the ending of the first group verb. What is the ending of the first group verb? Or. And the remaining one is called the stem of the verb or the radical. In French, it is called le radical, which is called stem of the verb. En français, it is le radical. En français, ça s'appelle le radical. So, first group verbs end in er in the infinitive form. This is called infinitive verbs. Infinitive verbs means the verbs which are not conjugated with the personal pronouns. The verbs ending in or, they are non-conjugated verbs. So they are called infinitive verbs. So what are the other verbs in the premier group? For example, parler, which means to speak, aimer, which means to love, chanter, which means to sing, like that abaisser, which means to lower in English. Now, the next step is we have to add the present tense endings for the verbs which end in or. Now, before going to see the French rule for the present tense conjugation, let us write the personal pronouns. The pronouns are je, tu, il, elle, on, nous, vous, ils, elles, plurial il, plurial elle, plural il and plural elle. Let us see the pronouns je, tu, il, elle, on, nous, vous, plurial il, plurial elle. Now let us write the stem of the verb after the pronoun. Now, the next step is to add the present tense endings for or French verbs. That means for the first group verbs. What are the endings for the first group? O, OS, O, ONS, OZ, ONT. So these are the endings, present tense endings for or French verbs. Now, je abaisse. Here, one important French grammar rule is when two vowels are next to each other, then we have to remove the first vowel and then keep the apostrophe. So, we should not read as je abaisse, but it is j'abaisse, j'abaisse. Tu abaisse, il abaisse, elle abaisse, on abaisse, Nous abaissons, vous abaissez, ils abaissent, elles abaissent. Here, another important French grammar rule is le terminaison ONT à la fin ne se prononce pas. In this conjugation, the end ONT is always silent, so it should not be pronounced. So we read ils abaissent. Ils abaissent. So we should read as ils abaissent, elles abaissent. Only we pronounce until here and then this should not be pronounced. Maintenant, on répète encore une fois. J'abaisse, tu abaisses, il abaisse, elle abaisse, on abaisse, nous abaissons, vous abaissez, ils abaissent, elles abaissent. In French, another important French grammar rule is the letter O at the end of a word should not be pronounced. So it is always abaisse. Until here, we should only pronounce it. J'abaisse means I lower. Tu abaisse means you lower. Il abaisse means he lowers. Elle abaisse means she lowers. On abaisse means one lowers. Nous abaissons, we lower. Vous abaissez, you lower. Ils abaissent, they lower. Elles abaissent, they lower. Here, tu is the informal form of the pronoun you and it is singular. And vous is the formal form of the pronoun you and it is plural or singular. And plural il is the masculine or mixed gender form of the pronoun they and it is always plural. Similarly, elle is the third person plural feminine pronoun. This pronoun is used for a group of girls or women. But English uses only one pronoun they for both masculine and feminine groups. Now let us see few examples. First one is elle abaisse la tête. Elle abaisse la tête, which means she lowers her head. She lowers her head. The next one, nous abaissons les prix. Nous abaissons les prix. We lower the prices. We lower the prices. And see the next one. J'abaisse le volume de la télévision. J'abaisse le volume de la télévision. I turn down the television volume. I turn down the television volume. Chers spectateurs, si cette vidéo vous aide, pensez à liker, commenter et vous abonner. Merci d'avoir regardé cette vidéo. Rencontrons-nous dans la prochaine vidéo avec une autre leçon de français. En attendant, continuez à regarder ma chaîne. Merci et à bientôt. Hope you all like this video. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to Let's Learn and Speak French with English. Thank you all. Thanks everyone for watching this video. Please subscribe for more interesting videos.